my knee past my torso and underneath the oversized red long-sleeve shirt until it made its way into my hands. I pulled the pants up toward my waist, letting them relax a little, creating a small sag just like the men I knew would do. It didn't help that I wasn't considered girly enough for the world. When age took a hold, I distanced myself from what some considered feminine. Pink was ugly, so I didn't wear it. Dresses were awkward, so I didn't put them on. Purses were inconvenient, so I didn't hold them. These things were to them what made girls girls. It didn't matter that in us girls were the third to last letters in the alphabet that told our bodies to spread our hips out wide one day to prepare our bodies for holding life, or that in us was not the instinct to jump in front of a bullet for a man, but to be the first warm face he saw once he fell to the ground, holding his head in hand with a voice that had no apple from Adam to make it heavy, telling him it'll be okay. It didn't matter that our frame carried more meat than muscle, more nurture than anything, or that our chest grew out and became what no boy gained during puberty. It didn't matter that we all laughed in shame that time we weren't prepared to bleed during school. We didn't ask the boys how it felt the first time they got their period. Why would we? They were boys. Boys only bled from playing too much and fighting too hard. We bled by nature. Nature, as it was shown in my body, called me woman. But society called me manly. They made women out to be people who wear their legs out and men to be those that spoke as if everyone should listen. Neither versions were a sufficient mirror. I need someone smarter and not created to tell me who I was, for he would be the one who know best. For all we know, identity and the concept of goodness came into this world together. When God made Adam and Eve, he first made them in his image. He wanted them to be different than the stars, plants, and animals. They wouldn't exist like the other created things, being both beautiful and soulless. They'd be able to reflect God on earth, in body, mind, and soul. Being an image bearer was their primary identity. It would have them tell the world by living for whom and for what reason they were made. At the same time, they were also made distinctly different from one another. God made them male and female, two words not crafted by a person or group or society or culture or America for that matter, but used by God to describe what he made and exactly what he designed them to be. Out of the same God came two different bodies, and after creating them lastly, after all that had been made before, God looked at them and everything else and called it and them good. The plants, good. The stars, good. The fish's fins, good. What about Adam and Eve? What about their eyes and how their mind made them see the same thing through a different lens? Or their hands and how Adam's were wide enough to hold a hoof or two and Eve's small enough to fit a bird in it? Or Eve's voice and how it sounded like morning and his sounded like he just spit out a mountain? Or his brow bone strong as a fist, her face soft as an amen? All of this, God said, was a very good thing. Why? Because a good God made it. Sin hates everything good. And when Adam and Eve decided to live in it, something interesting happened. They ate the fruit, sinning against God, their eyes were opened, and the first thing they noticed was their body. They were naked, and now they knew it. Nothing had changed, yet everything had changed. Both bodies were the same as they were before they believed the devil, but now sin played a part in how they saw themselves. What was beautiful before was now an object of shame, reminding them of their broken relationship with God and each other. The same way that sin had taken my affections for its own bidding, being born craving, delighting in all things unnatural, it had both hands wrapped around my mind as well, turning it in on me, like an inverted scope, unable to see honestly, only dimly, where the body I lived in felt like I'd been given the wrong clothing. Another shirt looked better, warmer, easier to put on. Mine, stranger, uncomfortable, itchy, and impossible to take off. If I were able to see God's goodness in all that he'd made, including me and my womanness, then I would have easily understood that my body was not left out from the words of Colossians 1:16. For by him all things were created in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible, whether thrones or dominions or rulers or authority, all things were created through him and for him. My hands, head,